Just fresh stuff, fresh characters, fresh colors. What does it take to get a wall in Wynwood? I was born in Miami, and my dad was an artist, and I was very early on pushed into, you know, being an artist. When my dad saw my interest, he was like, yeah, you know, do that, go for that. But what drove me the most was my passion for the more illicit art activity, like street art. Going out there, I really felt like I found myself on the street, going out and experimenting, trying new things. On the street, you're just trying to find your independence and make your own voice. Art was primarily like my focus from very early on. Unlike a lot of people, I always knew, you know, so in that way I was fortunate. And also because in Miami I had Wynwood and all of these things happen right when I started my career. It was kind of like dry wood and fire. My artistic approach is very unique in that I don't have a formula whatsoever. I mean, I really have a lot of, you know, background experience and training as an artist, so I mean I can fall into a different area and really catch on quickly. I don't sketch a lot of times before I do a wall because ideas come to me while I'm going, and there's a lot that needs to be fluid about artwork, I feel. Because unless you're good and established and you have a style, you're not going to get a free wall. The fact that I get to come up here and just kind of like, I don't know, I'm going to just do me, that's amazing. But that took forever. Graffiti is a totally different thing. I mean, the definition of it right now is completely different than it was in the 90s. The stigmas that it carried back in the 90s, you know, when I started, not everybody had internet yet. So if you saw artwork or graffiti, it was either by picture in a magazine or if a train came down. To get really influenced, we'd have maybe like a New Yorker come down and they'd paint something and we'd be like, what's this style? But everything else was just from Miami. And we had a very authentic movement going on before it was, you know, inundated with all these different styles from everywhere on the globe. It was really just us, and that's what I came up in. Aaron is still probably one of the most, I guess, known pieces of mine, and it really led to like the whole Sunbather series, which became definitely my most popular piece. The principle that I hold on to is that I can't care too much about what people think about my work. I go up there, I want to be the weirdest thing on this wall. Is it going to be liked by everybody? I don't know, but it's going to stand out. So who cares if it's pretty and good? I mean, you can't do decoration. You know, in the graffiti world, you're going to get toyed if you don't have original style. Basel means a lot of things to a lot of people down here, and aside from the convention center show, I know a lot of local, you know, graffiti artists. They're like, you know, they really have this animosity towards the out-of-towners that come and painting our walls, but I don't think they realize how important those other out-of-towners coming in here is to the success of this area. That's the whole reason people are flying in here, and it's become so attractive, and Miami is what it is because we're this international place. We're a platform for our European artists to come, and for the out-of-towners, they love Miami because it's like this really cool city where all this is happening, and I want it to continue being that way. But at the same time, we do have to do our own thing and have our own style, our own voice. Wynwood Walls, for instance, there's only one, as of right now, there's only one local artist in Wynwood Walls, which bless Wynwood Walls for all they've done, you know, but at the same time, I'm calling them out on that. That's not cool, you know? Show some more love. It doesn't have to be me, and it probably won't be now that I'm calling them out. But, you know, that needs to be known. You know, we need to holler at that, like, come on, what's up? But until then, yeah, we're doing our thing outside of it. And Little Havana is for sure a very indigenous, like, kind of artist place. You know, we're all there 24/7. We live there. You know, our roots are there. So if people come from out of town that are more interested in seeing what's actually happening, they have to, you know, get out of the more popular areas. And Little Havana is a great alternate route because you got a rich Cuban community, a rich Latin community all together, but then you have people like me. You know, I'm just a white boy from Cutler Ridge, just, you know, doing my art thing there, and I feel like it's home. Tonight we're having an open mic collaborative art show, We're gonna have a singer-songwriter out back playing, and inside it's some local Little Havana artists, just their new work. I think the crowd that comes here, they're very like ahead of the curve. You know, they realize that, you know, this is the next place. This is the newest, you know, movement that's happening, that's bustling, that's not so far acknowledged by everyone else. So they feel it as theirs. We're like an old culture meets the new thriving young culture. You know, a lot of the artists that were from Wynwood either moved to Little Haiti or Little Havana. A lot of the businesses here are mom and pop. It's a community, a rich community, and you've got the roads, you've got Brickell, you've got all these different areas that connect here, which makes us very unique. It's not bourgeois. You have all levels of society, and we're all like, it's like a brotherhood of man, more than it is in other neighborhoods where you feel a little bit more like separated. Little Havana is special. Most of the things that are going on in the news, it's just such a drag, you know? And art, I feel like we have a real responsibility to come through and just refresh, revitalize, give humanity something, you know? Be selfless about it. And I think it's high time for us to be activists about this, you know, to really like try to pour out, you know, positive vibes and open up our hearts, you know? Because, you know, I just feel it's a very dangerous time if we don't. An artist has the rare ability to reach beyond language and words and really we could just really communicate to the masses. We could really say something to everybody that touches everybody.